edge in Woonsocket 28-21. But please shout out to both coaches there. They do a really good job with their programs, and it shows. And it was a physical game, and Burrillville came out on top, but that says nothing about the the competitiveness of Woonsocket. I mean, Woonsocket went out there and gave it their all and made some really good plays. And they had one big run back, and ran all the way to about the 4-yard line and punched it in, and that really started their momentum. But Burrillville bounced right back. I mean, it was just a really solid game, and that's what why you do this. That was a really good game yesterday, and hopefully the other games I get are similar to it.
Absolutely. And, shout out to Coach Ferraro, what he does out there in Burrillville, what he puts together. Coach Jelinas, works out with the quarterbacks, does a lot with the program. Let me just show this quick video, actually. Like where Waldo go. I'ma have them drop and spin your block, they all gon' go. I like cash, money, yeah, that's all I know. I am not a scammer, you want some, then you can call me though. If it's just one op, he disappeared, like where Waldo go. I'ma have them drop and spin your block, they all gon' go. Before I break her back, I hit the trap and break the work down. I just bought 200 tons, I'm going straight to Perk Town. Niggas in they feelings, go get some money, pull your skirt down. I feel like Lamar Jackson running for the first down. I was signed to the streets before I heard a little dirt. You don't want to feel what I got inside this chopper. Yeah, this. You fucking with your man. Give me that fucking army you're gonna play with. I take you out the fucking house. Bitch, I'm in the field, calling plays like the Columbine. I signed my son birth certificate with all dollar signs. I'm about to take a trip, 3 hours there, another 3 back. It's 6-hour drive, I'm coming home with 14 racks. He disappeared, like where Waldo go. Well, a glimpse of something that the Burrillville QB sent me, So shout out to Logan Jelinas. I told you I actually play it, but I like what they're doing up there in Burrillville. Great quarterback. Yeah. Some people might remember his brother Jake a couple years ago. High school career, 73 touchdowns, 5,000 yards. So Burrillville's doing their thing.
Yeah, I mean, they're really, they really did well yesterday, and honestly, it's credit to them. I mean, they're just a really gritty team. Just they'll get in them trenches and just start pushing people around, and really trying to get the job done. That's what they do. So, it was a pleasure officiating that game. It was getting a little bit chippy, but again, I expect that with the competitiveness of both teams. Obviously, I had to calm it down some, but like I said, Burrillville pulled it out, and shout out to both of them. They're really solid teams. Woonsocket definitely has a lot of promise, and I know Coach Bebo is going to show them the way there. So it was a really good game yesterday. Really, really good.
No, Woonsocket, shout out to Coach Bebo, doing his thing. I actually did a podcast maybe about a month ago, and and in the title I said, I'm sorry, but we have to keep everybody accountable. And I tagged Coach Bebo, and Coach Bebo said the first thing I thought of, what the hell did I do? And it's kind of funny because what I was talking about this last season, if people remember, I don't have the picture up here, but Coach Bebo sent 3 kids went on to UMass Dartmouth, another player went somewhere else, and for Woonsocket right now to be sending 4 kids to college, I think that's, Coach Bebo deserves a lot of credit in that. He really pushed these kids. So I wanted to hold him accountable, for doing what he has to do and getting these kids off to college.
Yeah, I mean, for the situations that he has to deal with up there, definitely a little bit different than other programs, but I mean, you got to give him credit where credit's due to getting these kids to college. And honestly, just working with all these kids, a lot of them come from different / difficult backgrounds, and of course not all of them, but some of them. But he keeps that team together and he keeps them competitive. And that's what a lot of folks don't understand is it's more than just X's and O's being a head coach. There's a lot of people that don't understand that. And actually, Coach Bebo is really one of the ones that does a good job with that. And he doesn't get a lot of credit for it either. I mean, I know he's definitely had some success in his career. It's obviously the years going on, he still has. I know he's been to playoffs, but not Super Bowls. But that's not the measure of success. I mean, the measure of success, honestly, with him is having a successful program, having them kids really soak in what he's showing them, and that's exactly what they're doing up there. And you can tell. I mean, those kids they're all of them are good kids. Talk to them on the sidelines. I know a few of them, and he does a really good job up there. So much respect for him for doing what he does, and just getting the job done up there.
I'll tell you what. I go back to 2018 with Coach Bebo. 2019 season, back-to-back Super Bowl championships, and I remember one year in particular when Woonsocket comes to Westerly runs a single wing, put 61 up on him. From that game on, Woonsocket did not lose another game that season all the way to the Super Bowl. And Westerly plays Burrillville a week before. Burrillville figured out how to shut that single wing down. And Woonsocket the very next week came in and did a great job at it, shutting the single wing down. But Coach Bebo, yeah, and then 2019, I believe another championship. So, definitely, I think one of the youngest coaches to do the back-to-back championships. But and it's the end of Barry Field, man. So hopefully, because we have some parents in Burrillville that just put a cease and desist on Burrillville's field, which is crazy because they want to say, oh, there's PFAS in there, and people bring up them arguments, and now Burrillville is sitting with a big sand lot where their field should be, so hopefully Burrillville can get that football field taken care of. But all you're doing by filing these frivolous lawsuits is holding off the kids playing football, man. You think Brown University and Yale would allow turf if it was dangerous?
I know.
Big medical school, and now you have some local over there at Burrillville that files a lawsuit to stop the football field progress, and now I don't know. I just think it's crazy. I actually wrote a story about it last week. It's over on Newsbreak. You would have to eat the whole damn field. The amount of PFAS that's in a bottle of cleaning detergent under your counter is parts per million is more dangerous than these football fields.
Right. And again, they can the need for these types of field, especially in this state. I mean, I hate to keep beating up on the state, with certain topics, but we're so far behind other states when it comes to fields and the degree of how football is. I mean, there needs to be a breaking point. Was like, okay, we need to do this for the kids. We need to do this, to make their experience better. And it's just not happening as fast as it needs to. I mean, literally, we're surrounded by Connecticut and Mass, and they have it so much better than us. And granted, yes, you can say, okay, bigger states, more money to deal with, blah, blah, blah. You can make whatever excuses you want to make, but there really needs to be an emphasis on, and honestly, not just football. As much as we love football, I mean, there needs to be a focus on all these sports in this state. I mean, I really think that we're dropping the ball there. I mean, literally going to Connecticut and going to Massachusetts and literally just seeing what they're doing, how many fields they have. You look at all their school facilities and things like that. And again, it's not everywhere, but it is in a lot of places. They have a lot of city fields that these kids can use and is decent. And we honestly don't have that, and it's sad. And honestly, I will bring up the city I'm sitting in right now, Warwick. Okay, where other cities have turf fields. I mean, Central Falls, which is a 1 square mile, has 2, and Warwick has none. It doesn't make any sense. 2
turf fields in Central Falls.
Yes,
shout out to Central Falls.
We have none.
Competing.
One square mile of city, and they have it, and the third largest city in the state does not.
So hopefully things don't get held up in Burrville and Burrville can finish their field. Oh, here it is. Actually, I got the picture. This is what it looks like right now. That everything stopped. It's at a standstill. They should be rolling the carpet out, getting all that stuff ready. And now Burrville is actually playing at, I think, Emerson Field
Mhm.
temporarily, but I think till mid-October there's a restraining order, you know. I don't know. I
Wow.
just think it's crazy, but I don't think people really look into this with a clear picture. And this actually came off NRI Now News. They have a great story about it, So shout out to NRI News. People can go
Mm.
check that out, man. But some great games this week, Emerson, man. You officiated one of them. What did you think about? Did you check out any of the other games?
Fortunately, I didn't. Has a little bit going on this weekend, but no, I'm sure I'm going to get updated here. But no, it was right now it was just me and with me at the me with Burrville and Woonsocket. But no, I mean that I mean I know Rogers had a tough loss. I know they did. It's kind of all I really know right now. But I know those two games. But yeah, I mean, just to see who else won and lost, and I know
We'll have to
the.
fill you in.
Please do.
We'll have to get you filled in along with everyone else, man. But definitely on Friday nights, Saturday, Thursday nights, go out and support all the football programs. Go watch these kids play, man. But Charahoe and this Thursday night games, you had Charahoe and Mount Hope. Mount Hope, Coach Shane Parker, man, you're doing a fabulous job over there. Mount Hope has had trouble for a long time. Even Coach TJ fell short. He couldn't get it done. Shane Parker comes in and he's able to pick up the pieces in Mount Hope and able, to be in talks about Mount Hope making it to the playoffs. So they won 33-7 over Charahoe.
Okay.
South
Yeah.
Kingstown and Cranston West had a nice little doozy. Cranston West coming out on top of SK 27-21. Two good teams. SK, and they probably run their same running plays, but SK always in the conversation.
I mean, again, you can't count them out. I mean, that's obvious here. They're doing a real good job, and they're really that type of team. Like, they're kind of sneak in on you and then sneak up on you. I really think they're doing a good job. I mean, I hear nothing but good things about what South Kingston is doing, and I mean, I've yet to officiate in their games, or I don't know who their head coach is. But I mean, they do. They do a really solid job. And again, I kind of classify those as one of them sleeper teams. They're playing good football. You don't really hear too much about them, but when you play them, So they can keep up the good work down there, and they're definitely going to be playoff contenders. And